everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Northgate Instrumental Music Spring Concert here at the Lesher Center for the Arts. You can give a round of applause for the Lesher Center. Now, whether this is your first time, third time, 15th time you've been here to hear the Northgate Instrumental Music Groups, you know that this is phenomenal acoustics here in this building, and these students look forward to performing here each and every year, and for many of them in this group, it is their first time. Tonight, if you've looked in your program, you're going to hear from 3 different ensembles, the first of which will be the combined symphonic winds and concert band. Now, this year, they've had a great experience combining forces to perform at concerts and festivals. MDUSD had its inaugural band festival this year at Diablo Valley College, and we were able to display the hard work of our students from 4 of our high schools and receive comments from Dr. Caitlin Bove. They also participated in the CMEA Festival at El Cerrito High, where they received an excellent rating with a superior in sight reading. The students have enjoyed traveling to the San Francisco Symphony this year, and the concert and festival performances, and being able to share their love of music with each other. Now, having these musicians from all levels here on the stage has allowed everyone to grow together. And with the majority of this group being concert band members, the future looks and sounds bright. So let's give them a warm welcome to this stage here tonight. And they will, of course, be performing under the direction of Mr. Roberto Garcia Leyva.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. That first piece you heard was Chroma by Carl Stroman. We like to consider the Lesher Center our greatest hits of the year, plus a couple new faves. And that was from our festival set, so we're really glad to share that with you. Up next, we have Ghillie Do. And Ghillie Do was a solitary male fairy. This is from Scottish folklore, and the Ghillie Do is depicted as a dark-haired fairy and clothed in leaves of moss, and he generally lives in the forest. This creature is known to be friendly and quiet, but occasionally wild in character. Although he did not like it when people would enter his forest, he was known to be helpful to children that might get lost. Enjoy. You can tell I'm still new at this. I didn't bring a handkerchief, right? I'm sweating the storm up here. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed that one. This next piece, we're going to, this next piece was inspired. The composer, David R. Pulsinger, was The hymn was written by Philip Bliss, and Philip Bliss was inspired by a story of Horatio Spafford, who was a businessman, very successful businessman in the late 19th century. He sent his wife and 4 daughters. He was supposed to go with them on a trip to Europe. He sent his wife and daughters, and he had business things to take care of, so he had to stay behind. They went, and unfortunately, the ship was struck by an English vessel, sank in 12 minutes, and several days later, the survivors were finally landed, and his wife was the only one that survived. So it's speculated that, he was inspired by this text that Spafford wrote. He kind of wrote his emotions the way he was feeling, of course. And what he said was, when sorrows like sea billows roll, which was kind of the opening line to this text, Philip was very inspired by the fact that someone can go through such deep loss, such tragedy, and still find the beauty in life. And he said, it's amazing that one could experience such tragedy and sorrow and still be able to say with such convincing clarity, it is well with my soul. So this is a hymn song of Philip Bliss by David R. Holsinger. We hope you enjoy. Mike was mentioning, Mr. On was mentioning earlier. It's been really fun to be able to combine the bands this year. It's something that we've never done before. It's something I've never done before. And having the students work on separate music, or the same music separately, and then being able to bring them together and combine the strength of both groups, and allow these younger concert band students. I mean, you're seeing the majority of the band is concert band. This is mostly freshman group, which to me is very impressive, and I'm really, really proud of the hard work that they've done. But allowing these students giving them the opportunity to work with the upperclassmen and play alongside them, and be able to perform is, of course, a huge, huge joy, and it's a great privilege. So I feel very lucky to be able to work with these students this year. Up next, we're going to do Costa del Sol, which is a piece inspired by the coast of Spain, the coast of the sun. So you'll hear some influences from Spanish music, and probably sounds that you might associate with, I don't know, bullfighting and castanets. I don't know, you'll hear it all. But you'll probably be able to tell this is one of our favorites. So we hope you enjoy it. Costa del Sol by David Schaefer. Okay, we're gonna close out our set here. I don't know if this is like a thing for us. Maybe this is just my thing, but shoot. I feel like every year we have to do something along this theme. So the next piece, our final piece, our closing piece for this set, before we bring out the orchestra, is called Clown Act. And it's by Thomas Kalin. And it sounds exactly what you think it's going to be. And my one mental image that I want to give you is there's going to be a point in the piece where you're going to say, what's going on? What's supposed to be happening? And if we had talked to the Lesher Center sooner, we probably would have had all the effects. But you have to imagine that a clown is being loaded into a cannon that he is then shot out of to land on a galloping horse. I don't know how that actually happens in real life, but it happens in this piece. So try to think of it, you'll hear it, and we hope that you enjoy it so much. We're having a blast up here, and we hope that you're having a blast listening to us. Once we're done with this group, we're going to bring out the orchestra for their set, and then we will close out the concert with both groups combined on stage together. So it's going to be super awesome. We hope you stick around to the end. This is Clown Act. Thank you for being here. We really enjoy your happiness, your generosity, your joy. We're so happy to share our music with you. So with no further ado, Clown Act. Thank you so much. We'll just have a short changeover to the next group, and we'll see you in a bit.
All right, well, we have now reached the time. I will say this is my favorite. The first year I ever helped with this concert, the orchestra sounds, I love the way it sounds in here. Plus, I never did any of these instruments. That's another reason why I love it, because it's something, it impresses me every single year. But the Northgate String Orchestra has been working hard this year to come together and find their sound. The MDUSD String Orchestra Festival was in November, and it was a great start to the year for all of these students as they received comments from clinicians, with several students also participating in the District Honor Orchestra under David Moschler. They traveled to the Homestead Orchestra Festival in February, where they received an excellent rating. And of course, at the very important CMEA Festival in March, they received a superior rating. They've enjoyed activities also like a field trip to see the San Francisco Symphony and learning from the expertise of coaches and clinicians in the classroom and festivals, and getting to know each other this year to help continue to build the orchestra community at Northgate. So, please give them a warm welcome to the stage, the Northgate 2024 String Orchestra. And of course, directed by Roberto Garcia Leyva.
That was Fanfare and Frippery. Before you ask me, I don't know what Frippery is either. So you can look it up. But I thought it was a perfect start to our set and a perfect way to kick off our performance in this beautiful, beautiful theater. Wow. It's such a privilege for us to be able to do our spring concert here every year. And for these students to get to play in our hometown, in a professional venue that's so beautiful, that fits so many people who are eager to hear our sound. So thank you for being here. We're gonna keep things going here with Waltz No. 2 by Shostakovich. We're bringing out some percussionists to help us out. This was a piece that was recommended to me by a student. We like to give them choices, options. I love, for them to be able to play music that they actually want to play and that they enjoy. So this is some Shostakovich for you. Waltz No. 2, thank you. Up next, we're going to do a piece called Arabian Dreams by Sunhi Newbold, who's writing incredible music for orchestra. It's really, really important that, yes, the greats, Shostakovich, all of these composers that we know their literature very well, it's important that the students learn from that, of course, but it's also important that we're uplifting newer, younger, diverse voices. So Sunhi Newbold is one of the people that is really kind of in the forefront, I would say, of new orchestra music. So we're really excited to play one of her pieces for you. I'm going to play a little bit of percussion, so I hope you don't mind staring at my back some more. But thanks so much, Arabian Dreams. we're gonna split there. Our next piece was also a piece recommended to me by a student early on in the year. And I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for the right time. And what better time than the Lesher Center for us to play this beautiful piece written by a Ukrainian composer, Miroslav Skorik. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is Melody in A minor. And this piece is perhaps his most famous, his most recognizable work. And it was written for a 1982 Soviet war film that was set in the aftermath of World War II. And it's used in commemorations of the Holodomor and the Revolution of Dignity. So the Holodomor was the Ukrainian famine that killed about 3 to 5 million people in Ukraine. It was I'm sure you guys that were alive know about that. But we're really, really excited. I am excited to play this piece and for you guys to hear it. I think that this piece portrays a lot of sadness, and at the same time, I do think that there is a glimmer of hope in being able to express our solidarity with people who are going through difficult and very strenuous times, especially right now in the world that we're in. I can't imagine being a student, being a young person, an adolescent, having to grow up through the times that we're going through right now. So this piece is for those people, and we hope that you enjoy. This is Melody. orchestra, and then we bring on the bands one more time. I just want to say that it's, of course, a joy to be able to work with these students. They know that I have high expectations for them, and it's only because I know what they're capable of. You know, being able to continue the great legacy of Northgate music and try to keep that wonderful standard of excellence and of our students always achieving for the highest possible is something that I really, really value, and I hope that you are able to see that these students are working so hard to try to achieve that and to try to push each other to get to that level. And along with that, I just want to say some of my colleagues, some of my teachers in the audience, and I just want to say thank you for being here. I know the students would want to say thank you for being here and being able to teach alongside some of you, well, all of you, of course, not some of you, all of you, but being able to teach alongside you and work and, you know, form and mold these students into the young adults that they will eventually grow up to be, and then they'll go off into the world and do incredible things, as many have already done. And we're excited to acknowledge our seniors also in just a short moment. And you'll get to hear where these students are going. Like we have a lot of talent, we have a lot of driven kids in our program, at our school, in our community, and they deserve to be celebrated, uplifted, and of course, heard. So thanks for being here and listening to us. Our closing piece is Symphony number 8, the closing movement, the finale by Dvorak, and we hope that you enjoy very much. Like I said, we are going to finish this. We'll do a 15-minute intermission, and we'll bring out the combined groups for our evening final portion. So thank you so much.
Okay, before we hear from our combined bands and orchestra, we are going to, as we do each year, introduce the seniors that are out here performing tonight. When we introduce each one, we'll be saying their name, of course. They will then stand, if they're not already standing, and stay standing till all the seniors have been named. And we will also be telling you currently what is their next planned destination. That's as of tonight, their next planned destination. We know things can change sometimes. So, let's get started with that. First, Tatiana Avdienko. Cornell University. Nadia Cartier. UC Davis. Lela Chaudhry. UC Davis. Zen Chaudhry. UC Riverside. Emily Marquez. Diablo Valley College. Lola Medina. UC Davis. Zach Muraoka. UC Berkeley. Elena Noguera. Washington University in St. Louis. Rohan Sen. San Diego State University. And Hayden Yu. Dominican University of California. Once again, a big round of applause for all of our 2024 seniors. And I will say, you can sit down. Sorry, seniors. You may be seated. You know, this is the sixth time that I have been here, and by far, this is the most amount of people and instruments that we've ever had on the stage at one time. So you are definitely in for a treat. So, to get us ready for that, once again, Mr. Roberto Garcia Leyva.
Okay, so, like Mike was saying, this is a real awesome sight to see, to behold, and things are about to get even better, because when we had our fundraiser earlier this year, I hope many of you guys will join us next year at the Spaghetti Feed. But this year at the Spaghetti Feed, when we were planning our auction items, I thought it would be really, really fun to auction off the opportunity to conduct at the Lesher Center. And I mean, I didn't think much of it, and then it happened, and then the student was selected, and I don't think that there could have been a better student to have this opportunity. The student that is about to come up and conduct the group is a freshman this year, has participated in the marching band, has been a member of the concert band, and has been one of the biggest, one of the most joyful people that we've had this year. This person constantly brings positivity, constantly brings happiness to everybody around them, and I feel very, very honored and privileged to hand the baton over to Mr. Everett Schroers, who is going to conduct Renaissance Suite. love these kids, and it's such a joy working with them. Getting a lot of feedback here. Before we play our final piece, I just, of course, would like to say some thank yous. This year, this concert, this event, could not have happened without the support of the NIM Executive Board, Aaron Irely, Paula Brinko, Waldemar Kordelewski, Misha McKinney, and all the other folks on the board that have supported myself, that have supported these students, the vision that we have, that we're trying to cultivate these opportunities for these kids. Thank you for constantly always being our biggest fans, and all the schlepping, all the carrying of instruments and helping students at the festivals, chaperoning, supervising, donations, all of it. Like, we're so grateful for your support. I would like to thank our administration and Kelly Cooper, Tyler Rosecrans, and Tucker Farrar, as well as the people in the office over at Northgate and my fellow colleagues, teachers, who I teach alongside these wonderful kids. It is a joy and an honor to be a part of the Northgate community and to see our work come to fruition in one way in this musical setting. I'd also, of course, like to thank you, the community, parents, family, friends, relatives. If you took time out of your busy Monday night to come and check us out and to come and support your student, thanks so much. We really, it's fun to play music, but it's way more fun to play for a crowd and to play for people that love what we do, and we just love to share this joy that we have in music. Our final piece today for the evening is called In Seizing the Distant Light by Naoya Wada, who is a Japanese composer. And this piece, the distant light that it refers to, is not a specific entity. Rather, it's the guiding light that compels us towards the attainment of our various hopes and desires. So this light that guides us, that keeps our path bright, and the future for these students is very bright. And I just wanted to finish our concert with some hope, with some optimism for the future, for what the future holds for these kids, for these young adults, and that's all I have. Thanks so much for being here. It's such an honor and such a joy, and we hope to see you at the next one. Yeah. Thank you so much. Get home safely. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks so much. Have a great night.